Hello and welcome to our Times Now Live. I'm Madhav Das Gopalakrishnan, and the story that we're discussing this moment. Women's rights activists and leading Muslim women voices are questioning the stalling tactics the Congress adopted during the introduction of the Triple Talaq Bill in the Rajya Sabha. But with the bill now deferred to the winter session, Congress is being accused of having committed another blunder. The BJP even comparing it to the Shah Bano case.
Yet again, a familiar script has played out in the Rajya Sabha.
I think they are not interested. All the political parties, the Muslim welfare is not on their agenda, and especially the women. 33% reservation is also pending, and this bill on triple talaq. Here I think Congress has done the blunder once again. They must have come forward.
Congress blocking the bill despite the government adding safeguards that were being demanded.
ट्रिपल तलाक को खारिज करने वाली बिल ऐसे बताते हैं, उसको टाल करके कांग्रेस ने, श्रीमान राहुल गांधी जी ने, श्रीमती सोनिया गांधी जी ने बहुत बड़ा हमारे मुस्लिम बहनों के साथ विश्वासघात किया है.
But a day after Parliament's monsoon session ended, opposition parties are trying to justify why the Congress came in the way of passing the Triple Talaq Bill.
We pointed out that there are certain inherent flaws in the proposed bill which need to be looked into and re-examined. And for that, select committee would be an appropriate forum. But they are reluctant. They don't want to send it to select committee. They want to play tricks like this. Send it, introduce it in the last hour of the last day of the session so that it should be through, or blame Congress and other opposition parties. This is very unfortunate.
Others, like the left, are still picking holes in the proposals made in legislation.
The government was forced to make changes in this bill, but I think the changes are really quite cosmetic, because the actual aim of it to ensure that the person does not have any redress which would be there for marriages which break up in similar circumstances, I think it's not good enough.
With the Supreme Court declaring triple talaq illegal, the onus is on Parliament to enact a legislation. But with parties like the Congress using delaying tactics, the Bill for Gender Justice is far from becoming a law. Bureau Report, Times Now.
And I guess join us for more on the story. Tuhin Sinha, leader of the BJP, is with us. We have Zeenat Shaukat Ali, Islamic scholar. We also have Maulana Kazmi over here in our studio. Ashutosh Mishra, political analyst, also joins us. At the end of the day, Ashutosh Mishra, the demand really to water down the clauses as far as the Triple Talaq Bill is concerned was a demand of the opposition parties. Now that the government has agreed to the demand, once again the goalpost has been shifted. Is that fair at all?
If this is a bill which is to be taken for everyone's welfare, then why is not the opposition's voice being heard?
So the opposition's voice is heard. The watered down clause is what exactly the demand of the opposition that the government has agreed to. Now why is the opposition still complaining? The government has come halfway. The opposition must also in fact come out and support them.
No, because it has, no. It's not a case of coming halfway. The law, once it is made, it will be implemented. So it should be a case where the law is not harmful to a section of society. If the government was so concerned about the welfare of the people, of the women, why did not it take up the women's reservation bill? And this also, the Triple Talaq Bill, why are they introducing it on the last day? Because they are not serious about it. They just want to give a sort of what I should say, they are just trying to show that they care about women. They don't. This is a divisive bill where not everybody is happy. So it should be a case where everybody's concerns are taken care of.
Tuhin Sinha, consensus is not there, therefore the opposition has opposed this particular bill. That's the statement coming in from Mr. Ashutosh Mishra. Do you agree with him? I think we've lost that line with Tuhin Sinha. Let me come back to our other panelists as well. Zina Shaukat Ali is with us at this moment. Zina Shaukat Ali, at the end of the day, with the opposition continuing to stall this bill, don't we really see this issue being politicized unnecessarily? Because these are demands in this amendment bill that were actually made by the opposition parties.
I think even if there are further demands to be made, and if there was, it could have been discussed on the floor of the parliament, and it could have been debated. But the very fact that you see the bill is being stalled and it is being put on the back foot is something that is certainly, I see, a political line drawn through. As a matter of fact, I was looking forward that all political parties cutting across all denominations should join hands and vote for women to get protected. After all, the bill came about because women were being harmed by the triple talaq. Their dignity was being harmed. Their self was being harmed. They had nowhere to go. They were treated like chattels. Some of them were, over a burnt roti. There was a girl who was beaten, bashed and killed. All sorts of funny fatwas have been passed against them. Now, in keeping that in view, one has to understand that the bill is of consequence.
By the
to say
Supreme
that the
Court.
bill is not of consequence and that it can be
done
at any time, I don't agree with that.
Ashutosh
I think
Mishra.
that there was a golden opportunity to make a historic pro-woman bill.
Yes. Ashutosh Mishra, for your information, just a second, ma'am. I just want to counter Ashutosh on the point that he has made. Ashutosh Mishra, for your information, there have been 229 cases of instant triple talaq in this country after the Supreme Court judgment. There have been as many as 94 cases of instant triple talaq, after this bill was introduced. So Muslim men, at the end of the day, are rampantly violating the Supreme Court judgment. Therefore, there is need for a law.
The point, Madhav, here is that there are also, even when the law is made, we see a lot of cases where the law is violated. But the law, when it's ready, should come in a form that instead of it helps the women who it intends to help.
Ashutosh Mishra, you are contradicting yourself, sir. If there is no punitive action, then why will people follow the law? Unless there is some kind of punitive action that is there, some penalty that is there, there will be people will violate the law. So this bill brings in the penalty.
Has punitive action, because it's a double. Madhav, it is a double whammy for Muslim women, na? It's a double. First of all, we have to realize they are already suffering. Now, instead, making it a case where people, their husbands who might be the sole bread earner, they get punished, they get jailed. Instead of helping them, we are putting them through even harder harassment. So let's not make it a point where the law becomes ridiculous.
Let me ask you, Mr. Mishra, whose demand was it? Whose demand was it that the kind of people who can file the cases should be narrowed down? Ashutosh Mishra, whose demand was it that the people who can file the cases should be narrowed down to the woman and her relatives? Whose demand was it? Whose demand was it, Ashutosh Mishra?
The point is not.
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you a pointed question. Whose demand was it, sir?
The point here is not on.
Sir, whose demand was it, sir? I'm asking you a simple question. Was it not a demand of the opposition parties?
An answer. Please listen to it. I'm giving you an example answer that just meeting one demand does not mean that you have all the problems that were raised have been taken care of. It's a very simple case. It's not a case. It's not to be taken lightly.
Okay.
That I will come this far, you come that far. And there has to be
a Tuhin Sinha is back with us. Tuhin Sinha, just by meeting one demand, that doesn't mean all problems have been solved. So we will not support this bill. That's what Ashutosh Mishra is saying.
Madhav, it is absolutely shameful that at the end of the day, no matter how far you go in trying to build up a consensus, the opposition parties of this country will not shed their hypocrisy when it comes to Muslim women, when it comes on the issue of women empowerment. Yesterday, Sonia Gandhi said very categorically, our stand on the issue is very clear. What is clear? That they will keep hoodwinking the country, they will keep misleading the country. No, I heard you quietly, please keep quiet. You know, they will keep hoodwinking the system, they will keep misleading the country on the issue. The way Congress has behaved on the issue, a few things are very clear. The party is in the grip of Maulanas. Two, the party has not grown one bit since the days of Shah Bano. And number three, you know, I find it absolutely appalling. The cases of Nikah, Halala are so brutal, they are so devastating. If the Congress has any respect for the human rights of Muslim women, they will come forth and support this bill, especially after the tweaking that our government has done.
And if you really care about women, then you should find a bill which benefits everyone.
Maulana Kazmi wants to come in on this now. Okay, Maulana Kazmi.
Stop making excuses, Mr. Mishra. Stop making excuses today. You should feel a little embarrassed.
Madhav.
That's exactly what you are doing. There are no excuses. This is the truth. The truth hurts, and that's why you want to paint it as an excuse when it is the truth.
Let me speak, sir.
The whole country is watching how you hoodwink the system, how you mislead the people. So I don't think you should, you have any moral right to criticize us on this.
And you are exposing yourself by showing that you don't care about all the women by bringing in the women's reservation bill, and you try to fool the nation.
Maulana Kazmi, if there is a provision that brings down the entire ability of the persons to file such a case to the woman and her blood relatives, it is a safeguard that is being brought into the system. Why oppose it?
Sir, for the first, this is not the criminal matter. This is a domestic, this is the civil matter, and you cannot turn the civil matter into a criminality. Or Honorable Supreme Court already invalidated instant triple talaq. So, for what sin, for which mistake we are going to punish the pronouncer of triple talaq? It is nothing, only an eyewash and time pass. And I also object to the government. Government is also not sincere for the Muslim women. If it was sincere in its intent, so it must have passed this bill by convening the joint session of the both house of the parliament.
No, that is another issue.
These are the only
that is another issue. Zinat Shaukat Ali. Okay, let me get a response.
Yes.
Let me get a response.
I don't know.
Let me get a response from Zinat Shaukat Ali. Do you agree with Maulana Kazmi here?
No, I cannot agree with Maulana Sahab. With due respect, I cannot agree, because in the first instance, even when Hazrat Umar the second, Farooq the second Khalif of Islam had said, had passed this, said okay to the triple talaq, he said anyone who pronounces it must get 80 stripes. Now, was that not a criminal action? Point number one. Point number two, that for adultery in Islam, for adultery and for other, crimes like
Sir,
that,
why have
there
224
is a
cases happened, sir?
And which is,
so then why have 229 cases happened? Why have 229 people violated the Supreme Court?
So I don't understand his argument.
So that's what the government is doing. So that's what the government is doing.
And I cannot understand his argument.
But isn't that what the government is doing?
What does he think?
Isn't that what the government is doing right now?
It is the duty of the government to reunite the women who have been separated because of no talaq. Because after the pronouncement of the Supreme Court,
one at a time. Let her finish. Okay, let her finish. Let her finish.
Over a burnt chapati, a woman was dead. Over what silly kind of actions, small things.
Madam,
a woman is degraded and she's injured, she's hit across. Are these permissible actions according to Maulana Sahab that Islam permits? I think I'm quite shocked at this kind of a reaction. It is a criminalized law. The man, even in Pakistan in 1961, though it was Ayub Khan who was a dictator who brought in this law, there is a punishment if you pronounce a triple talaq without giving it in writing.
On this matter,
there is a 1 year punishment plus plus a fine that has to be paid. So what are we talking about? 22 countries have banned it, and today you're saying a man can pronounce a triple talaq and go on and pronouncing it after the Supreme Court judgment, and it is meaningless.
1 minute, let her finish, then you can respond to her. You can respond to her.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Zina Shaukat Ali has made a very important point. If Pakistan can remove this law, if Pakistan can criminalize it, why not India? What is wrong with Maulana Kazmi with India going ahead and criminalizing it?
It has already been removed by the Supreme Court of India.
No, but it is criminalized in other countries as well.
Nobody has criminalized it. It only has made it meaningless.
I cannot agree with that.
Impactless. It has been made actionless.
Madhav, do we want to become Pakistan? We don't want to become Pakistan.
We have to trivialize it. Ashutosh Mishra, don't trivialize the argument. I am saying even Pakistan has done it. Ashutosh Mishra, now listen to me. Ashutosh Mishra, listen to me. Ashutosh Mishra, listen to me. Ashutosh Mishra, 1 minute, gentlemen, 1 minute, time out here, 1 minute. I'm making an important point here, and please don't try and misquote me just to win an argument, Ashutosh Mishra. I am saying even Pakistan, just as Zina Shaukat Ali has said, even Pakistan has removed triple talaq. So why can't India do it?
Yeah.
Even a failed state like Pakistan has managed to do it. So why not India?
India has already already removed triple talaq. It has been banned by the Supreme Court. So there is no question that triple talaq is legal now. It's illegal. The question here is, should the husband be sent to jail?
But according to Maulana Saab, it is quite legal. It doesn't matter if a man goes on pronouncing Sawal to correct him.
No. It's irrevocable. And we have seen in other cases also that always sending a person to jail does not solve the problem.
Let Zina Shaukat Ali respond to you. I want Zina Shaukat Ali to respond to you. Ashutosh, 1 minute. Zina Shaukat Ali, there is no need to criminalize this.
Yes, I want to respond to that,
The argument of Ashutosh Mishra is there is no need to criminalize it. Please tell him why there is a need. One second, Maulana Kazmi, let her speak, please. Yes, Tuhin, 1 moment. I want Zina Shaukat Ali to tell Ashutosh Mishra why there is a need to criminalize this section.
According to Maulana Kazmi Sahab, after the Supreme Court judgment, since it is null and void, even if a man pronounces those triple talaq, it is meaningless and therefore it has no effect in law. Now that is a very, very dangerously wrong argument. And you, sir, have to correct the Maulana Sahab by saying that it is an illegal and irreversible procedure, which I have been, harping upon day after day. So Maulana Sahab must be brought to understand that the Supreme Court has taken this matter very seriously, and also after the judgment, 2 of the judges have said that, a law must be enacted and Parliament should enact a law. Now, if the party enacted a law, maybe it was done in a bit of a hurry, maybe it left out a few issues for discussion. Those issues can be discussed. There is nothing wrong, but to say that it is going into the standing committee in the next 2 years, you don't hear of it. That, I believe, is incorrect and insincere. What you have to do is debate it on the floor of the Parliament, thrash it out, get all the clauses together, and then say, and I do believe it should be criminalized. I don't believe in the 3-year punishment, I believe in the 1-year punishment. But I do believe the punishment should be given to the man, because the triple talaq is anti-Quranic, it is anti-Islamic, it is anti-Supreme Court judgment.
Categorized in the domestic violence.
How can
Okay, Tuhin Sira wants to respond to you on that. Important point. Tuhin Sira wants to respond to you on that. Yes, Tuhin Sira.
I fail to understand why. I fail to understand why are the opposition parties so. Why are the opposition parties so scared of a law, of a law that bans triple talaq? They are behaving as if the law they are going to be branded culprits. Now my point is, if you still look at the nikah halala cases in the last 2 or 3 months, they are so sordid, they are so shameful, they are the worst. They are the worst violations of human rights. In some cases, the victim has been forced to marry the father-in-law. In some cases, the victim
one second, gentlemen. Maulana Kazmi and Ashutosh Mishra, 1 second. You can all respond to him. Let him make his point. Maulana Kazmi, 1 minute. Maulana Kazmi, 1 moment. Let him speak. I will let you respond to him. Tuhin Sira, finish your point, please. 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at still look at the cases of nikah halala in the last 2 or 3 months, they are so sordid, they are so shameful, they are the worst violations of human rights, whether it has to do with a victim having to marry the father-in-law in order to get back to the husband, whether it has to, involves them marrying a neighbor. So I think, if this doesn't concern the country's opposition, I really feel they are extremely, extremely insensitive to the plight of women, and whatever they say about women empowerment, that is absolutely shambolic.
Okay, Maulana Kazmi now, respond to him.
He is not aware of the single word of the Islamic law. Nikah halala is though it is the condemnable. I don't agree with it. But nikah halala is the fallout and outcome.
Don't condemn what the victims have to go through.
He's going on with the same ridiculous argument.
No, madam, Professor Zina Sahiba, can you tell me?
No, stop preaching the law. Stop preaching the law. Wake up and see look at the plight of Muslim women who have had to suffer. Instead of preaching the law, go out, reach out to them.
Mr. Sinha,
no,
right law. Why do you want to force a half-baked law on the
nation? There is no right law. The law will go through amendments.
You want to force a half-baked law on the nation. And there is no right law. The law will go through amendments.
One at a time. Zina Shaukat Ali wants to respond to you, Maulana Kazmi. Yes, Zina Shaukat Ali. Let her respond. Maulana Kazmi, let her respond.
Because when he
let her respond, sir, let her respond.
It's not any more applicable. May I make a point, sir?
Yes, please go ahead.
When Maulana Sahab, sir, with due respect, Maulana Kazmi Sahab, when you are saying that the nikah halala is not applicable, what about Talaq-e-Hasan? Because Talaq-e-Hasan on the third pronouncement becomes irrevocable. And therefore, nikah halala, if the same man and woman want to remarry, she has to undergo halala. So please do not mislead the public, sir.
Okay.
Nikah halala will become important to them.
All right. We are completely we are completely out of time. One second. We are not getting into the specifics. Please. I'm not getting into those nitty-gritties of Islamic law. At the end of the day, the question is that this was a historic opportunity that perhaps we have lost until the winter session. We will of course have to see how all of those men who continue to violate the Supreme Court's orders with impunity and pronounce instant triple talaq, how will the law deal with them? That's a question that still remains open. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on this debate this evening.